Hi, so today I'm going to talk to you about 5 ways how you can rewire your brain. Yep, that's right. When we fire together, we wire together. And I'm going to give you some solutions on changing beliefs and habits that are not serving you. But before I do, don't forget to subscribe and please give me the thumbs up and thumbs down. Hopefully thumbs up if you like this video, and of course share. Now when you do subscribe, you have to press that little bell because not Facebook, YouTube have changed all the algorithms. So in order for you to get a notification, press that little bell. And at the end of today, I'm going to give you a fabulous download of some free course on dissolving stress and anxiety. So stay to the end and I shall give you the link to that. Okay, so don't forget to subscribe, do give us a thumbs up, and of course do say hi, that'd be fantastic. So 5 ways to be able to rewire your brain. Let's dive in. This show will transform your life from the inside out, because who doesn't want to live a fulfilling and happy life? Welcome to the Kirsty Show. So neuroscience has discovered that basically that the brain is like plasticine, if you like, and that when we fire together new thought patterns, we wire together. And there is a system in which we can follow to be able to override things that don't serve us anymore and create things that do. And what neuroscience has discovered, even though they're still learning a lot, is that we actually have the power of a human being to be able to override it ourselves. How exciting. So how do we do this, and what's the reason for it? Well, first of all, we need to identify our beliefs. Now, what is a belief? Well, a belief is nothing more than a thought that we've thought over and over and over again. And our belief system are really, the majority of it is created between the ages of 2 and about 7 or 8, because this is when the brain is what's called in a theta state. And when the brain is in a theta state, it's in what's called the hypnotic state, and it's also the imaginary state, which is why a child is so fabulous with a cardboard box at Christmas, because their brain waves are actually in the imaginary state. Now, as an adult, we can still tap into our imagination, but you will find that actually a child is much more naturally, that's not a word, is it? Is much more natural in using their imagination than an adult, unless an adult is using it on a daily basis. But it is really important as an adult that we do pick our imagination up, because actually our imagination is part of this rewiring. So the child leaves the theta state and we become, well, not an adult, but become 9-10 years old, and we now leave and we become in this beta state, which is basically what we're in today as an adult. The beta state is slightly different. We now don't download information, we have to learn things through repetition. Unlike when we're in the theta state, where we download our beliefs literally by observing our parents, our teachers, our siblings, etc. So some of the beliefs we downloaded were really good, a lot of them questionable, a little bit shabby, especially ones around money, maybe confidence, perhaps self-worth, maybe feeling enough, all the things that are quite important. And actually what you find, especially in my line of work, is that I'm working with adults all day long that are coming to me, amazing human beings, but underneath this kind of skin, they've got a set of beliefs that are really keeping them limited and small. Things like being fearful of taking a step into a new direction of a career. Perhaps it's somebody who literally has downloaded the belief that they are not good enough, and so they completely buy into this belief and yeah, just don't live their life to the full potential. So what changing your brain does is it gives you the chance to be able to reprogram that, and that is exciting. So how do we go about it? Well, first of all, we need to identify the beliefs. So seeing it is not required for believing it. In fact, you have to first believe it if it's possible, and then basically once you believe it, you're able to manifest it. So what does that mean? Well, it means that we need to start really sitting down and asking ourselves what it is that we really want. Set an intention is basically step 1. So that might be that you want to feel enough. You want to feel you're lovable enough, that you're just enough, that you just feel fantastic, that you're confident. It could be anything, right? So that's the belief you want to create. So the next thing is that we now need to embrace a positive emotion. Now the reason for that is that emotion is literally your fuel. Your fuel, your juice, and it's what goes along with your intention. And the reason for that is because an intention on its own, a thought on its own, is just flat. So a thought only becomes something when the emotion is attached to it. And actually, most people are generally triggered by either in a good way or a bad way by their emotions, not actually the thoughts. The thoughts are not really harmful, but the thought is attached to an emotion, which makes people feel either happy or not so happy. And it's when people have got like a whole load of it, cortisol just being spilled out into their experience, and they don't know what to do with it, and they feel stressed, anxious, and they feel overwhelmed. And then with that, there's a whole bunch of thoughts that are saying, oh my God, I can't cope, life's too much, this is it, etc., etc. So what we need to do is we need to reverse that and use the emotion in a positive way. So how we do that is, if our intention is literally I am enough, then you imagine feeling enough. And if you don't know what that feels like, then perhaps look at someone else who seemingly sees like they are enough. Or if you still are struggling, go to Google and put in to YouTube or Google, somebody who feels that they're enough, and just maybe watch a video of it. So you can start to learn how somebody is when they feel enough. Now, that's the second part. So we've now got the intention, we've got the feeling. The third part is the visualization. Now, visualizing has been around for centuries, and it's kind of a superpower really, because when we use people are using visualizations all the day, but most people are using it in the wrong way. They're using it with worrying. So they're worrying about a future event, and they're using their mind in a visualizing way of the worst case scenario. Well, we don't want to do that anymore. Enough's enough. We want to flip that again. We want to start using visualization in a positive way. So you all know how to worry. Now what we want to do is we want to take the intention, the feeling, and start imagining what it would be like to feel enough, or to feel confident, or to be enough, or whatever that thing is that you want to create. And so you sit with your eyes closed for 5 or 10 minutes every single day, and you start imagining what that would be like. Again, if you need help, go to Google, go to YouTube, and find some pretty pictures. Find some things that really represent being enough, or whatever belief you're working on. Find things that represent that to help you. And so you can start creating what's called a mind movie. And basically with your eyes closed, you see the pictures, and now you pull and attract the emotion, the vibration, the feeling to that. And that's what makes it come alive. So step 4 is take the action that supports your intention. So this is a little bit like now, as I spoke about in my motivation and how to be more motivated. If you want to go and watch that video, I have a video on that. It's a little bit similar. Action creates motivation. It's like we've got to take the action to be able to create the ripple effect in the planet. We can't just sit back and expect it all to come to us. We have to take action. And what happens is as we take action, things start to unfold very quickly. So there's a great phrase. It says, what we fire together, we wire together. So what we do on repeat becomes who we are. And actually, Joe Dispenza, who is a neuroscientist who I'm a massive fan of, would say that literally our personality is a collection of firing and wiring. And what we've done over time is we've just repeated things over and over again, and that's become who we are. Some of those things are really fabulous, and some of them are questionable. If something is questionable, then all you do is you just create a new fire and wire and just do something new, just do something different on repeat. And when you do that, that becomes you. Easy, eh? Supposedly it only takes 21 days to create any new neurological connections in your brain on repeat. That's it. If you do something new every day for 21 days, in 21 days that will be who you now are. Simple. So that's step 4. And step 5 is repeat, repeat, repeat. This is a daily practice. In order to create new neurological networks in the brain, in order to create a new reality, in order to create a new personality, we have to rinse and repeat. So every single day, we go back to that little mini meditation where we close our eyes, we imagine the intention, we pull the emotion to it, and we start to visualize the outcome for a few minutes every single day. And what you'll find is when you do this every day, it becomes more and more elaborate. And actually it becomes so much easier the more that you do this exercise, and new things will arrive in your imaginary visualization. So enjoy, go and fire and wire and create some new wonderful things in your life. Okay, so if you've enjoyed this, please give me the thumbs up, and of course do share with friends. If you would love to subscribe, then press the bell below. Other than that, thank you for listening. Now, I did say to you I've got a freebie, and I have. If you go down below, I am giving away a free stress and anxiety course. All you have to do is press the link below, which is at www.kirstybortoff.co.uk. All right, guys, if you've loved this, don't forget to share. Please do like and absolutely say hello. I'd love to hear from you. Otherwise, have a fab day. Peace out.